Hey guys, Rascal here. Welcome to another Rascal Reviews. And this time Mama James with me to talk about Varian's role in Tangled the series from Disney. And we want to talk about this because we know that Varian was a pretty big talk for Tangled the series in general, not just in the first season, but in season 2 when people thought he was going to reappear. Never did, and then got to season 3 and finally appeared, and everyone's wondering, where is Varian? Well, he's not here yet. Where is Varian? Oh, he'll be in the season. Then they just flat out lied, and then he finally showed up in season 3.
Yes, they got us all to watch in hopes of seeing Varian.
And the thing is, I think some people probably taking a little advantage of this because he unintentionally became a favorite among Tangled fans. Because as you know, Tangled was just a movie at first, back in, I think, 2010. Then became a full-on series, and actually does a good job at expanding the Tangled universe into having all these sorts of new characters, adventures, world building, magic systems, and so forth. And Varian was one of the new characters introduced about in the second episode.
And I remember when you first told me to watch it, and you said, you know who this is, and I never would have guessed this was Jeremy Jordan on Supergirl.
Right.
Never would have guessed it.
Right. And he's also a well-known singer as well, but we know him mostly just for Supergirl.
Right.
And yes, yeah. that was his name. And seeing him on here, it was kind of funny because Mama said, okay, all I see is Varian now. I can't see when I see Varian.
Right.
But for the character, he became a fan favorite very quickly. And the show hadn't been on that long at the time the character was around. It was maybe a little over halfway through a season and on break. And when you go to Tumblr and Twitter and stuff, they would be talking about the series that, hey, this is actually pretty good. They're actually doing more episode ideas, being pretty creative, expanding these characters and stuff, and actually had, you know, a universe set for the show.
And he also became the avatar of a lot of channels, including Villains Rule. When we first met Villains Rule, we should say,
right,
Varian was his avatar.
Right, and then it got changed later to a little cat over her. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool how this character is like that. And you think about how many times this happens in shows where they'll have all these characters, and this has happened for Disney. They kind of think this character will be popular. I guess in this case, Rapunzel. Yes, she was popular in the movie, and she still kind of is in the show too. But as soon as Varian was introduced, yeah, it changed. I think they wanted Cassandra to be the favorite because she got quite a bit of episodes in the first season.
Well, Disney does tend to have a formula choosing a character that they want to be the focus of a show, but generally the character they choose is most of the time never ends up being the fan favorite.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with the character that they choose, but for some reason people gravitate toward other characters rather than the one they want to focus on.
Right.
In this case with Varian, he seems more complex, more interesting. And there's nothing wrong with the princess. There's absolutely nothing wrong with her. She's very likable, she's adorable, and she's positive, and she has the best interests of everyone in mind, except for when she screwed Varian over in that season and didn't help him, but that's the past. His character's just more interesting, and you can see the growth this character can experience. You can see the complexity the character poses, and you were very, very happy when he actually got a redemption arc, which really wasn't a redemption arc because he really wasn't a bad guy in the first place. But Disney was putting him in that direction, but we're very, very happy that they took him away from that.
Right. So, and that happened, and people were kind of like freaking out when this happened towards the end of season 1.
Is that why Villains Rule changed the avatar, maybe? Yes.
Villains Rule is actually a girl like me and just used a male character to represent her.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hi, Villains Rule. Sorry about that.
Right. And now she uses little Kato from Final Space to represent herself.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, and it was funny because you would just see this guy everywhere. Like you said, for avatars or fan art or videos, he just fandom exploded with him because he was an instant favorite. And I wasn't sure how I would react to the character because I was like, okay, these people are really into this guy, was with him, and then you find out he's just the nicest guy ever. And then it was Mama, it was kind of hilarious because she know the character, you first appeared in the second episode. And then after a while, I was like, does he appear in any more episodes? I said, yeah, about maybe 2 or 3 more. And then at the time, we know he's going to appear in the last episode of the season. And I said, can we just watch the episode of Varian now? Like, what about the rest of the show? We watched it, but I want to rewatch the ones with him in it only. Like, why? Is Varian in it? No, I don't want to see it. Like, why? What's the plot? Is Varian in it? No, I don't want to see it. Is he in it? Yes, okay, we'll watch it. Like, which one is one? Like, okay, clearly you like the character. But, as you said, he's so complex that people were just drawn to him. And people really like complex characters, whether they're villains or heroes, or they turn bad or go good or something. It just all depends.
And not to mention, he was the series' own version of Edward Elric of an alchemist.
Right, and that was another thing. They never had alchemy in the show before because they had magic clearly, and then there's always magic versus science or something. So they had introduced as the sort of like the versus thing with it, which isn't really more of a battle like which is true and which isn't. It's sort of like a way of melding both together. So by the time I got to the end of season 1, it's like, okay, he's turned into this bad guy. People were really upset. Like, please have him be redeemed. Season 2 came along, and he was nowhere to be seen. He appeared in some illusion, and that was it.
Yes, and we were like, oh, Varian's here. No, he's not. That's not Varian. What the heck?
Right. And people were asking writers and stuff, is he coming back? Is he coming back? Is he coming back? Yeah, he's in this season. Okay, they forgot to clarify that he was coming back as an illusion for 1 episode. Because they didn't know if he was still bad and they were supposed to get him help.
I don't think they forgot to tell. They just wanted to hook you in so you would watch the second season. Because if they told you at any point, Varian's not going to be in this season, he won't be back till season 3, ratings would have gone.
Right, you've never seen him come back. And like, show's canceled. Why? No one wanted to watch it. But in season 3, he did come back when I think it was an hour-long premiere. Because season 2 had a lot of different things going on with a new setting every couple episodes. They were on an island. They were in a western town. They were in the sea.
Including the addition of Flynn's friend Lance.
Right. They had all sorts of new characters, new environments and stuff. They had a western town with a sheriff. They had some monkey visor who could talk. They've had a haunted house that could reveal your most desires.
And Flynn's dad was revealed.
Yes,
and there's a lot going on, as you mentioned.
Right, and then the Brotherhood of Brothers, I don't know. And it was just a lot of stuff going on in season 2, and I guess that was supposed to fill in the void of Varian. Plus, they even had a theory that maybe he's the one that's supposed to have this moonstone. Well, they did have the moonstone in the second season, but then they kind of did some weird thing where fans were thinking, hey, what if he turns out to be a prince, or he could wield magic like Rapunzel because he's got the hair stripe? What if he's supposed to have moon powers and stuff? And it turns out that stuff was in here, but had nothing to do with Varian. Maybe they'll reveal it later, but it seemed like they took some stuff from fans, or it just happened to be revealed at the same time since they've worked on it a while. And, Eugene turned out to be a lost prince. And then Cassandra got the moonstone. And then going to season 3, Varian finally came back.
But in season 3, he does have something to do with it. He's the key to figuring out one of the parts.
Right.
So, I'm like you. You still are thinking he has something to do with this even more because of the stripe in his hair and his dad's back.
Right.
And he had something to do with it
right.
when it first started. So maybe he still is a pivotal key in the conclusion of this arc.
Right. And now going into season 3, like I said, he reformed in the first episode of season 3, and it was mostly, help Rapunzel, and they finally had addressed, both of them were wrong in a way.
And she finally apologized to him for screwing him over.
Right. They finally done that, and she freed his dad, and she still felt a little guilty even after, which shows, she still had a good heart.
Right.
But yeah, you knew it was like, this happened, I could have prevented it and stuff. And Varian also felt bad for, causing all this stuff that happened in the end of the first season. So there was still, they addressed that one wasn't right over the other. Each of them did something bad. Both of them made up for it, both reconciled. And then as the season went on, we also got some new outfits for all the characters. They also had a point where...
Except for Varian.
No, he did get a new outfit. It just doesn't look too different. It's just not the apron thing.
Yeah, I'm thinking the apron.
Right, I think that's why. And there was a point where people thought, okay, how are the townspeople going to treat him because he kind of helped overthrow the kingdom. And it wasn't as bad as neither the character nor fans thought. There was this sort of tension there, but he had this sort of like dream sequence where like they were going to run him out of town or have an angry lynch mob or something after him, but it didn't happen. It's just that a lot of people just couldn't stand him because after what happened, didn't matter he reformed, they were just really distasteful towards him and couldn't quite shake the feeling that you knew that there were a lot of people that didn't like him, and then that was sort of it. But then after he proved that, he's really changed and he's good for real, then that sort of went away. And as you said, then the character started to become part figuring out the stuff between the Sunstone and the Moonstone, and then Cassandra comes back, and then that goes into a whole another hour-long special, which seems to happen every time it has something to do with these rocks, so there's clearly a lot there to deal with. And then you notice the character's slightly different this season, maybe because of what happened the other two seasons, that's possibly why, but you had noticed like he's a little different. Or it's because, Jeremy Jordan had other roles and stuff, so now the character's adapted to that too. And yeah, it's a little different, maybe in terms of, how his role is the first season. Here, he's still being used.
He's not as intense. In the first season, he had a real burning intensity and desire to find out about the rocks because, of course, he wanted to save his dad. That intensity now is gone. Right,
and maybe because, the dad's back, now he's just sort of doing his own work, and the only thing that he's really working on is translating the scroll for the Sunstone, the Moonstone, the incantations and stuff, which is kind of gone now, because the season is just about over as of recording this, so, yeah, it looks like the roles of what he's supposed to be doing are getting smaller and smaller, so maybe they're setting up for the big reveal of the Moonstone, of him being connected to it after these things are done.
Right, possibly.
Because, yeah, it's looking like there's fewer things for him to do, which is why he's in fewer episodes. He's in there, just not in the roles that you thought he would be in.
The season was much better for Varian than season 2.
Right, he wasn't even in it, so that's the way he's improving. He wasn't even in it, so the season never happened. Let's just skip all the way to season 3. What happened? Time jump. Let's just say it was a time jump.
Right.
So yeah, we just kind of wanted to go over so far what's happened with Varian and his role in the show, because we are very aware that the fans really do love this character. They loved him since season 1, have continued to love him over the course of the series, with tons of theories, role-playing, cosplay, fan art, love letters, of course, to Jeremy Jordan, and saying thank you for voicing the character.
And let's not forget, he not only gets to sing, but he gets to sing and trying to get Cassandra to turn back before she goes too far in being evil.
Right.
Which is a great episode and a great opportunity for Jeremy to focus on his voice. It was great.
Right. And like I said, just wanted to really go over that, and we hope that the character keeps improving as the show goes on, because we know it's most likely going to be over after the 4th season, going with the Disney standard contract of the shows. Yeah, because we want to hope that they get everything done and not leave a bunch of cliffhangers and stuff by the time the series is over, unlike other shows.
Hey, may I share a fun fact for you, which I didn't realize until now? Guess what? For season 1, one of the writers was Noelle Stevenson. Do you know what she writes for?
No.
She-Ra, Princesses of Power, Netflix.
What? Okay, I actually didn't know that. Maybe, we haven't watched She-Ra in quite a while, so maybe, when we go back, either rewatch episodes or continue, we'll see some Rapunzel references in here, minus She-Ra herself. So, Let us know what you guys think, in the comments of how you think Varian is doing this season. Do you have any theories of what's going to happen by the end of season 3 if it hasn't already aired, or what's going to happen inevitably in season 4 with the reveal of a moonstone, or perhaps something else, or just seeing the character in general? We love to know what you think, and of course I do too, because everyone loves this character. Good gosh, no one shuts up about it. So, just want to hear what you guys think. And thank you so much for watching. I'm Rascal Entertainment, and thank you so much, Mama, for joining me in this podcast.
Thank you, and I really appreciate being here. And have a toontastic day.
Yeah, pretty much. Later.